So it's back. It's another math episode from Mr. Mac.
All right. The first thing we'll be going over today are properties. The first property we'll probably be going over is the commutative property. So let's take a look at the right side of the screen where this dot is. And it says, the statements that are true are 1 and 3. So let's take a quick look at 1 and 3. 4 plus 5 equals 5 plus 4. Both sides have a sum of 9. And in question number 3, both sides have a product of 24. The commutative property states that you can change the order, you add or multiply two or more numbers and get the same product. Okay, so let's take a quick look at letter A, the commutative property of addition. We want to find things that deal with addition, like 6, 7, and 9. 9 is clearly not the commutative property, so we're stuck to look at questions number 6 and 7. Okay, when we're dealing with the commutative property, we want to make sure when we look inside the parentheses, we have the same exact numbers. In question number 6, since we do not have the same exact numbers, the answer will be choice 7, which is A, the commutative property of addition. Now the commutative property of multiplication, we want the same exact numbers on the right and left, but we're going to deal with multiplication. That will be choice number 8, which is B. Now let's look at C and D. I'm going to scroll down on the opposite side of the screen and look at the associative property. 1 and 3 are the ones that are correct. Now in the associative property, it states that you can change the grouping, the parentheses, when adding or multiplying 3 real numbers and still get the same sum or product. Okay? An easy way to look for this, anytime we look inside the parentheses, on opposite sides of the equal sign, the numbers are different and the number on the outside are different. Alright, so over here there's a 3, over here there's a 5. On the inside we have a 4 and 5, on the inside we have a 3 and 4. Okay, so let's look for we have 3 numbers. We're first dealing with addition. Alright, so that'll lead to number 6. On the left side we have a 3 and 2 inside our parentheses. On the right side we have a 2 and a 7 in our parentheses. That will be choice C. Okay, we got A, B, and C done. Choice D, the associative property of multiplication. Easy way to find it is to look inside your parentheses. If the numbers are different, okay, then we have the associative property. And also on the outside, if you notice, the numbers are also different. So we change the grouping of the parentheses when either adding or multiplying. And that's why it's the associative property of multiplication. Alright, now let's look for the distributive property. In the distributive property is when we take the number that is in front of our parentheses and we carry it over, such as in choice number 3. We carry it over to get a product that turns into an expression on the opposite side. So when we have 6 times 4 times negative 5x, we end up getting the distributive property, which is going to be letter E. Alright, now when dealing with the differences between elements and properties, anytime we're dealing with an element will be one specific number. If we're looking for a property, it will be joined with an equal sign in between it. Alright, so we want the additive identity element. So I'm going to scroll down just a tad. Alright, and over here it discusses the additive identity property. What we want though is the additive identity element. Alright, a certain number that can be added to any number without changing its value. What is this number? A number that we can add to any number without changing its value is the number 0. So that ends up being letter F. So the additive identity property would be when we add 0 to a term, as in number 9. So that will be G. Okay, we're quickly going through this. Now what we need is the multiplicative identity property. Let's look for the multiplicative identity property, which is right about here. Okay, a certain number that can be multiplied by any number without changing its value. What is that number? It's 1. B times 1 equals B. R times 1 equals R. We multiply a number by 1, we get the same result. Alright, that element is H. and the property is represented by I. And that is all.